Yay. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. All right.
Cool.
Welcome to this podcast is Uncalled For.
What's uncalled for about it?
Oh, you can't tell anything in this.
I'm listening.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
I didn't see the big deal about the human body.
I worship Cthulhu just for the free beer.
Yeah, and don't go to Sam's Club either.
But you didn't even give a chance for a wild card spot.
What are we doing in Tijuana?
You're like, what did you just say?
Well, the name of this podcast is Stuff Uncalled For?
This podcast is uncalled for.
Podcast, alright.
Yeah, that was the most ridiculous ending to that game that I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up. Oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up. Oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up.
We're looking at each other in the eye. We're not going to say anything derogatory to the other person. And, of course, neither of us is drunk.
So I don't hear Pope Francis saying that he's a prophet, seer, and revelator.
What planet are these people on?
And look, thank you, Black Phone.
See, this is a disgrace.
How'd that happen?
And it's got Chick-fil-A.
Hey, we're getting somewhere.
And now, your host for this podcast, Mike Chernevsky.
Fuji! Hi, everybody. Welcome to our live stream to celebrate 2,000 unique downloads for this podcast is uncalled for. If you found us through KC Fringe Festival, welcome. Let's get you some numbers as we do for these live streams. And the next one will be at 5,000 unique downloads. So let's keep up the good work and everything. And everyone, please stay safe during this pandemic. Make sure you wear your face mask and all that good stuff. All right. So this is how we're going to start our live stream, by looking at the numbers. I'm recording this on August 9, 2020. At the moment of this recording, 2,107 unique downloads. So what does that mean in terms of episode breakdown? Well, we're going to do our top 10. So as it loads. And here we go. Number one most downloaded episode of all time is Ghost Stories, Season 2. Just talking about some ghost stories they did, learned in Boy Scouts and everything. 239 total downloads for that episode. So thank you. Really surprising and in a good way. Number two is Pat Lamb, our very first episode. His episode's been downloaded 95 times. So our recent guest, Mr. Boy, has a lot of work ahead of him. Number three is the first time we had Luke and Dan on. Of course, we had them back for Fringe, which I hope you saw if you came here from Fringe. 73 downloads for that one. And number four is a tie. Part of that tie is Adam McKeith, his first time, because he came back for Fringe as well. And Chris Lyman, so two of my Tales actors, 69 apiece. Then number six is Andrew Rainey, 66 downloads. Andrew, of course, was the Bernie volunteer who helped me out with my Senate campaign in 2016. Number seven is Matt Sewell, one of my old high school buddies who's been on the podcast. And number 8 at 54. Matt has 63, by the way. At 54 each, thoughts on being an ex-Mormon. And Conrado at 54. And number 10, Tour of KC at 52. Downloads. For the answers, Mr. Boy 95 plus 43 for Trevor is 138, so he needs 139 downloads to reach his little goal there. And at the moment, he is at 23. Got a lot of catching up to do, but all right. So Arizona missions. Let's do that first. Speaking of Mr. from them, or vis-a-vis a computer screen, but he did mispronounce Roberta Eveslage on the podcast. I'll correct that. And I also noticed in my Trekkie episodes that I left an episode off my top 20 list. That episode is Bar Association from Deep Space Nine. This is the one where Rom, Quark's brother, decides to unionize the staff at Quark's Bar. An episode directed by LeVar Burton, actually. Hi guys, Future Mike here. There was a glitch at this point in the actual live stream, so I'm going to record this little interlude right now to explain what's going on. So in July of 2020, to coincide with Fringe, I did put out a little quiz on surveymonkey.com. The quiz is now over and done with. Only 2 people other than myself actually took the quiz. And at this point, we're going to go over the 10 questions that made up the quiz, and I'm going to give you the answers to those 10 questions. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the episode. Question number 1. Trevor Martin mentioned a film that I had helped out with that shares its title with an actual holiday that was observed only in Virginia. What holiday is this? This holiday is no longer observed, and it's not Confederate Heroes Day. The correct answer was Lee Jackson Day. All right. You can still find the short film on YouTube on Trevor's Comedy Minutes channel. That's question number 1. Question number 2. To which Ivy League college did I send copies of my early video work? Some of which I worked on with at school, and others have not been on the podcast yet. You guys are more welcome to be on the podcast. Just let me know. I'll do it remotely right here in my makeshift studio. And I just listed all 8 of the Ivy League schools. The correct answer is Dartmouth, because the friend that I sent those videos to went to Dartmouth. All right. Question 3. At the 2018 Sinkfield Cup in St. Louis, I took a very famous photo, at least famous in chess circles, with Conrado, staying with a certain world chess champion. Here it. Okay. There's the photo right now. There's Conrado in the blue. Who is he in the photo with? Well, someone actually said this was Kasparov. I'm pretty sure he don't look. The correct answer is Viswanathan Anand is in the photo with Conrado. And very, very fun story. He was one of the grandmasters participating in the Singfield Cup that year. And Conrado, after Anand was done with this game, Conrado approached him about signing a final chessboard, right? Which I just followed and asked, hey, do you guys mind if I take a photo with you? And that photo is the result. All right. So, not Kasparov. I wish it was Kasparov. Kasparov seems like an interesting individual. And Magnus Carlsen was also listed. Magnus was playing in that tournament, but we didn't get a chance to meet him. Question 4, everyone got right. I think that prior to January 2016 was probably the day giveaway, but yes, I was a St. Louis fan. October 25th, 2021. Can't get here soon enough. Question number 5, during the Smash Up playthrough episode, I played as the minions Cthulhu with Cthulhu himself on hand, paired with what Japanese themed factions? I only named like half of those factions. There's about 8 of them in the entire game. Another one, guess for Ninja, and while I love the Ninja faction, that is not who I played with. It was, in fact, Samurai. Fun fact, I helped playtest the Samurai faction. Question number 6 is an easy answer now with Season 3 with the remixed intro, because I included the quote in the intro. It's, what were you doing in, fill in the blank with a certain Mexican city. The complete quote is, what were you doing in Tijuana? From Dan, actually, said that, asking Luke that very question. What were you doing in Tijuana? Question 7 is a bit harder. What's current as of July 2020, when I put the test together? Member of the United States Congress attended a meeting of the Kansas City Podcasters Meetup that I had run. There was actually a vote for Emmanuel Cleaver. It was not Mr. Cleaver, but fun fact, he spoke at my college graduation in 2003. The correct answer is our current and hopefully continuing Congresswoman here in the Kansas 3rd District, Sharice Davids. And believe it or not, she has a video podcast that you can watch here on YouTube. It's called Starty Pants, and it's all about entrepreneurship and everything. She attended that meeting with, I think it was her brother. I thought that was pretty cool. And this is just months before she announced that she was running for Congress. Yeah, still pretty cool. And she's not the only politician that's attended Podcasters Meet. As Paul Novoda in East KC Independence area. He's been to at least one of our podcasts. Dennis Anderson, who ran a couple times for office here in Kansas, has been to our podcast, and me, of course. Well, I help run the meetings and everything. So. Question number 8: which of the following board games is not on my top 10 list? Remember, that was an entire episode devoted to that. Top 10 board games. There was actually a vote for Shea Geek. Well, here is my copy of Shea Geek, which has to be one of my favorite games, and certainly my favorite by Steve Jackson games. I have a couple of expansions in that thing as well. No votes for Tokaido, which is good, because here's my copy of Tokaido with both expansions, the Matsuri and the Crossroads. But there was a vote for Lords of Waterdeep. Again, I'm not going to be digging for my copy right now, but right here on my practically brand new iPod Touch, boom, Lords of Waterdeep. The correct answer is Small World. I do not like Small Worlds at all. All right. What's the point of putting your guys out if you know that a couple turns later, oh, you're going to have to kill them? So, yeah. Not my favorite game at all. Not a game I like at all. So, number 9, what fast food chain do I refer to as Jesus Chicken? The correct answer, Chick-fil-A. Pretty obvious why, because their owner is very much a Christian, and they're always closed on Sundays. It'd be funny if someone voted for Chipotle, but that didn't happen. And question 10, when playing white in chess, what opening do I use? The correct answer is the Coley opening. Thank you to the couple of people who did participate in that quiz. It was a lot of fun stuff. I wish more people did participate. And I do want to bring up another top 10 or top something list. This is in response to the last YouTube announcement about Fringe in season 3. Someone posted, okay, OMG, yes. Who are your favorites, British spelling, YouTubers? Do I check in the top 5 list? That has to be amended a little bit. All right. So, number 1 on this particular list, it's actually 3. I actually had 3 channels grouped together because they're all kind of related. But we'll break each one down individually. So, number 1, of course, sous vide everything. This is devoted to that cooking methods where you put your food in the plastic bag, you suck at as much air as you possibly can, and then you throw it into a tub of hot water for a very long period of time, and that's how it cooks. Or the guy who runs the channel, his name's Guga. He did, certainly the early episodes he did with his buddies Ninja and Momo. And this is from this channel that I learned about picanha. And then Guga started a second channel called Guga Foods, which is also a cooking channel, more grill oriented, and he usually does those with his nephew Angel, which is pretty funny. And then Ninja started his own channel called Salty Tales. He does, that's mostly, I think it started off as fishing and everything, but then it shifted to cooking and especially grilling. He does those with his wife, Ms. Ninja, and there were a few where she was cooking with the Ninja Foodie and talking about, you gotta preheat your Ninja. Some funny stuff. Number 2 on the list I gave this guy was Geography Now. Very educational, very funny, and who could forget the predators and fat food freedom? Number 3 is Football Daily, which the English meaning of the word football, what we Americans call soccer. Very good. They do a lot of top 10 lists, and they seem to have it out for Arsenal Football Club. I don't know why, but I'd like to see some of you guys some hate from you guys for the Great Satans, Manchester United, Chelsea, and to a lesser extent, Tottenham. Number 4, Majority Report with Sam Cedar. Love this channel. It's probably my favorite news channel right now. From a progressive point of view, and I especially love it when Sam gets to debate libertarians on his programs. That is always very funny. And number 5 on my little list is the Dice Tower, which is all about reviewing board games. Highly recommended, and they do top 10 lists as well. A couple of channels that need to be on this list I didn't think of when I came up with this. One is Jeff Marshall, transits in general. Very entertaining. If I ever go to London, I'll probably know a lot just by watching his videos. It's a guy staying across the pond. Another channel I really like is Jay Foreman, who does a song, the Tube Station song, which is just a list of every station on the underground sets of music. It is pretty funny, and a lot of his videos are funny and very educational and stuff. And if I ever wind up going to London, I'll make sure I don't fly into London City airports, because according to him, to this day, it's only used by wankers. I gotta give some love to the Geek and Sentry channel as well. Felicia Day's channel that gave us Will Wheaton's Tabletop. No comments, but thinking we were having technical difficulties earlier, so I'm not surprised that we're not getting any comments. I mentioned Fringe earlier. Literally just before I started the podcast, the live stream today, I got off the phone with Cheryl Kimmy, asking about next year's Fringe, because of the pandemic. Of course, we had to do Fringe virtually, and my hope is still to be able to do it as a live show for next summer. Can't talk about any more interviews yet, but trust me, we're going to get some really good interviews. I also have some recycled material. So among the things I'm recycling, the Wings Head Coaches interview we did with Jim Chappell, that's going to be recycled because it's definitely worth listening to. And I know Tim enjoyed doing that as well. And I'm also recycling the audio of a 2015 presentation given to the Greater Kansas City Women's Political Caucus, something along those lines, given by Wendy Davis, who came to fame by filibustering an anti-abortion bill on the floor of the Texas State Senate. She had just lost a bid for governor of Texas at the time, and it's my understanding she is currently running for a congressional seat in Texas at the time of this recording. And I absolutely wish her well. And nice lady, too. Important to point out. I also have a playthrough that I'm more than excited to share with you guys. Appropriately, the board game Pandemic, and a top 20 list of my favorite South Park episodes. Those are things to look forward to in season 3, as well as some interviews that will be coming down the pike soon. All right, so I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening, if you're listening on the podcast. And talk to you next time.
あの道見ると嵐思い出すくつろぎながら一人感じる
These are all the things I want. Soft Pacific echoes. I'll go searching in the evening for that calm, for that home. The Yamanote don't end. Bide your time for another one. A typhoon hung over the station, then went calm. No one left. Stop, let it all run off. This is a world drawn by heavy hands. Is it lost? Was it ever night? The tallest light, still nothing seems to end. Darling, it knows nothing of us. Talk like you mean it, walk like you get to. Darling, it knows nothing of us. Try as it may to, it doesn't get to understand. I gotta keep it steady. This could swallow me whole. Dogenzaka is a cascade. I'm in awe. I'm alone. Sayonara, sweetness, from the izakaya. I became myself in this place. Do you feel that cold? Do you feel it? Darling, it knows nothing of us. Talk like you mean it, walk like you get to. Darling, it knows nothing of us. Try doesn't get to understand.
This podcast is Uncalled For is hosted, produced, and edited by Mike Chernevsky. Opening music is Fantasia by Kevin MacLeod at Incomptech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license. The outro music for this episode is Hibiki ga Hikoru Pacific Echoes by Piers Murphy. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license. Additional music included Secret of Tiki Island by Kevin MacLeod at Incomptech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license. Please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast through your favorite podcasting platform. Like our Facebook page at facebook.com/uncalledforpodcast and check out our blog with show notes at uncalledfor.gnome.blog.
Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next time.
Darling, it knows nothing of us.